She had 12 students. 11 showed up the next week. On a cold Monday morning in March 2019, the town of Bellridge, Oregon, woke up to something they weren't used to. Police tape wrapped around the garden gate of 67-year-old Ruth Walden, a retired music teacher who had taught half the children in the neighborhood to play piano. She was gentle, quiet, private, but dependable. And now she was missing. Bellridge is one of those towns where secrets aren't supposed to exist. Tucked between the pine-covered foothills and old railroad tracks, it's the kind of place where people leave their front doors unlocked and wave to strangers. Ruth had lived in her ivy-draped home for 40 years. No family, no visitors. Her piano students came every weekday at 4 p.m. like clockwork. But on March 4th, her 4 p.m. student, 14-year-old Olivia Hale, rang the doorbell and waited. Then called her mom, who called the police. When officers entered the home through the unlocked back door, nothing looked disturbed. The house smelled of old wood polish and lavender. Ruth's piano bench was still slightly pulled out. A teacup sat cold beside it. But Ruth was gone. Her phone was still charging in the kitchen. Her keys were hanging on the wall. Her shoes were by the door. No signs of struggle. No broken glass. No blood. The only unusual thing? A single page of sheet music left on the piano, titled Silence in F minor. Composition no one had ever heard of. Detective Laura Griggs took the case, known for her intuition and for closing Bellridge's only murder case in the last 10 years. Neighbors reported nothing strange, except one detail. There was this teenage boy, one neighbor said. Always came around lately, maybe once a week. Tall. Wore a hoodie. Never spoke. The students didn't recognize the description. The next day, Ruth's bank reported a flagged transaction. Someone had attempted to withdraw $3,000 from her account from a branch 2 towns over. Security footage showed a figure in a black hoodie, head down, handing over Ruth's ID. It wasn't Ruth. Detective Griggs turned to Ruth's former students, hoping for a clue. That's when she found Daniel Keene. Now 18, Daniel had been one of Ruth's most promising students years ago. Brilliant. Withdrawn. Father incarcerated. Mother barely present. But when Griggs tried to interview him, she found something chilling. Daniel had vanished 2 weeks before Ruth. Dropped out of school. Left home. No calls. No sightings. His last known location? A public library, where he'd checked out books on forgery, disguises, and, oddly, composition theory. Then came a twist. Ruth's last completed journal entry, hidden in a drawer. He reminds me of my brother. Brilliant. Lonely. Fractured. I think he hears music differently. I'm scared of what silence sounds like in his mind. 2 days later, a park ranger reported something odd 40 miles outside Bellridge, deep in the woods near an abandoned campsite. A burned-out keyboard, torn pages of sheet music, and a cassette tape labeled, Ruth, Final Lesson. The tape was handed to investigators. Detective Griggs played it in the station. First, soft piano keys, Ruth's voice calm. Then Daniel's voice, shaky then manic. You said I could write my pain. That if I composed it, it would leave me. Piano stopped. But it didn't. It stayed. So I had to silence you. So it would stop. I'm sorry. I wrote it in F minor because it hurts. It always hurts in F minor. Daniel's body was found days later in an abandoned train car, deep in the woods. He had taken his own life. Ruth's body was never recovered, but blood traces and DNA confirmed she had died near the campsite. It was ruled a homicide. On Ruth's piano at the police station, the final sheet music was displayed under glass. Silence in F minor. A haunting piece no one has played publicly since. Bellridge never forgot Ruth Walden. Or Daniel Keene. She was a teacher. He was a troubled student. Together, they wrote the final notes of a symphony no one wanted to hear. In the end, the music stopped. But the silence? The silence still lingers.